Steve, Aaron Corey with the Oklahoman. Earlier today, you said that Russell Westbrook, he's an attack guard. He's hard to stop when he's attacking. But does the same apply for him on defense? That he attacked you on defense tonight. He had 7 steals. How did he attack you guys defensively?
Well, he's probably the quickest guard in the league in terms of getting his hands on loose balls, long rebounds, getting his hand in on a steal or whatever. And there were several key ones in the second half when we kind of lost our momentum. Careless passes, didn't have the flow to the whatever set we were running. And I thought when we lost our aggressiveness and our momentum offensively, a lot of that had to do with his speed and aggressiveness.
Tim Kawakami sounds like he was a little bit off of that. In the fourth quarter, you scored 14 points. Was it stagnation? Was it too many quick shots? What did you think was the main problem?
A lot of quick shots. Way too many quick shots. 5 minutes left in the game, and we're down 4 or whatever, and we were acting like we had 20 seconds left. 5 minutes is an eternity, and we know how we have to play. We have to pass and move and create rhythm for ourselves with our screening and our cutting. And I just felt like we took way too many quick ones that took us out of our rhythm.
Dean Blevins, CBS Oklahoma City. Kind of along that same line, Steph got one up quick on your next to last possession. Is that kind of the same thinking there?
I'm going to have to watch the tape to remember exactly which one you're talking about. I don't think it was anything in the last.
We're down 4, about 10 or 12 to go.
It wasn't so much what happened in the last minute. It was what happened really throughout most of the second half. Quick shots and tough shots, and give their defense credit. They were really good.
Scott Hart-Cooper from NBA.com. Were those quick shots a matter of you guys losing your composure, and how surprised would you be at something like that? Did Oklahoma City play with greater composure in the second half and the fourth quarter in particular?
Well, I do think that we lost our poise a little bit, and that had a lot to do with the quick shots. I think we were trying to rectify a situation in 1 or 2 plays instead of letting it play out. So, that's something we've got to get better with.
Steve Krejcik from the Chronicle, you talked a lot about their rebounding going into this game, and you guys had a slight edge in the first half, but the second half, I think they out-rebounded you by 10. Did you not do something well in the second half, or is that just wearing you guys down with their size?
Well, we were battling. And maybe some of the balls that bounced our way in the first half didn't in the second. They're probably going to win the rebounding battle. We feel like we've got to stay close. We did a good job in the first half. The turnovers in the second half were a bigger deal to me. They're going to get some offensive boards, but I think we had 8 turnovers in the second half. Many of them were just kind of out of whack offensively. And that cost us our momentum and kind of the rhythm that we had built in the first half.
Coach Kerr, you did mention aggressive and just a moment ago, momentum. Was that the same thing that was going on with your bench, because they only scored 16 points when they normally score about 40 points?
So the game just didn't go their way. It's not always points that we look for from the bench, but it was a tough game for our whole team, and whether it was starters or bench or whatever combination was out there, we had some good moments in the first half, but we lost that in the second.
Steve, Bill Barber, Press Democrat. You went small quite a bit in that game. Did any of that have to do with Andrew not being 100%, or was that just a strategic thing?
Every game's different, and we're just looking for an advantage and looking for a matchup, and that could totally change next game. We just have to get a feel for what's happening.
Brian Brinkley, KFOR, NBC, Oklahoma City. Coach, they had 10 turnovers in the first half, just 2 in the second half. How much did you think that was part of how your defense played in the second half?
Well, I don't know if that was that we weren't as aggressive or they were just better with the ball, probably a combination of both. But I do think that was kind of a key number on the stat sheet in the second half. 8 turnovers for us, 2 for them. They're going to get some extra possessions on the glass, and we can't give them extra possessions with turnovers as well.
Lowell Cone Press Democrat. Steve, before the game, I had asked you about first games, and you said the coach who loses the first game feels desperate. Your word. Do you?
Sure, we're down 1-0 at home, so yeah, we need to play better. So you can use whatever word you want, but we'd like to win game 2.
Good luck.
Fred Counts, Norman transcript. In the first half, you guys were getting out running. You seemed to get a lot of fast break points. In the second half, that kind of stalled. Were they doing something that kind of pushed you? Or were you just not really
We
getting
kept
points?
fouling them. That was the problem in the third quarter. We fouled so much. I don't know how many free throws they shot in the third quarter. It seemed like 14, 15. And so now we're bringing the ball up the floor every time against a set defense, and they're getting points at the line. So, you know, if you look at the free throws, you know, that's really the difference in the game, 22-11 in terms of makes, 32-17. And some of that was at the end of the game we had to foul, but I think we have to be able to defend without fouling, and we've fouled too much.
Tim McMahon, ESPN.com. What explanation did you get for Westbrook not being called for a walk right in front of you there in the last minute?
I didn't talk to the refs about it. I thought he walked, but it wasn't called, so that's the way it goes.
Shannon from Tencent, coach. Before the game, you were talking about the combination. You were looking for the combination between the big guys. And after the whole game, did you find a great combination?
Well, we need to find better combinations. We didn't play well enough as a team, to get it done. So we'll have to figure that out.
Steve and Killian with the San Francisco Chronicles. Steph had 7 turnovers. Did you feel like he was trying to do too much?
I thought in the first half he was careless with the ball. You can't throw the ball over the top of these guys. They're a very long-limbed team. He had a couple of those in the first half, you know, it's an adjustment for sure to when you know, every team is different, and you know, Oklahoma City's a lot different from Portland. Portland was a lot different from Houston, so you have to adapt accordingly with each opponent, and I'm sure we'll make the adjustments and we'll take better care of the ball.
Steve, this is the first time you're trailing in a series this season. You trailed a couple last season. Do you want your players, whatever the word is, desperate or whatever, do you want them to feel that, or do you want them to say, okay, we've been through this before?
Well, we're down 1-0, so it's a long series. Our players know that to win the next one, you know, would be good. Right? Yeah. So we don't want to go down 2-0. So I don't need to tell our players, hey, get desperate because we got to win game 2. They feel it, and so we'll come out and play better.
Last one in back.
Coach Steve Bicker, KCBS. Do you feel as if your players may have been adversely affected by the long layoff?
No.
No?
No, I don't think that had anything to do with it.
Great, thank you,
Thanks.
Billy Donovan, for being here in a couple minutes.